Chosen one, what I'm about to say may not just surprise you, it may stir something in the depths of your spirit. If you're here, it's not by accident. God has drawn you into this moment, into this message, because a divine shift is already underway. The start of this month isn't just a new page on the calendar, it's a threshold, a prophetic line, the boundary between delay and fulfillment. And you, beloved, are standing right at the edge of it. You are not entering an ordinary season. You are entering a divinely appointed one where things you once prayed for in desperation are now becoming part of your reality. This is not a motivational word. It is not hype. It is the unfolding of a heavenly plan that's been set in motion. Long before you even asked for it, the days ahead are not random. They are sacred. You are moving from waiting to receive, and you've carried hope through dark seasons. You've whispered prayers that no one else heard. You've cried in silence, trusting that one day the heavens would respond. Now, heaven is not only responding, it's aligning everything in your favor. The shift isn't just happening around you, it's happening within you. You're being awakened, positioned, prepared. You're moving from longing to living, from surviving to soaring, from wishing to witnessing. Isaiah 62:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen, and this is." The time, the first days mark the opening of divine instruction, and the very first days of this new season. Expect clarity. Expect revelation. Expect moments where your heart feels drawn in a direction that makes no logical sense, but feels divinely right. This is how God speaks when He's ready to move swiftly. Your role is not to figure it all out, it's to listen. Pay attention to the divine nudges, the still small voice, the ideas that stir suddenly in your mind. Those are not random, they are downloads, alignments, blueprint pieces. You will feel compelled to make decisions that may seem impulsive. But understand, when you're under divine alignment, obedience is more important than analysis. This is the era of the chosen Risinthus. Is not a message for everyone. It's for the ones who have been faithful in private, the ones who kept walking even when nothing made sense, the ones who chose prayer over panic, worship over worry. God is releasing authority into your hands. You are not a background character in this divine narrative. You are central to the plot. The world may not have noticed you, but heaven has. The tables are turning. The hidden ones are being revealed. And the mantle of leadership is being placed upon the humble. You will see new leaders rise, some famous, some hidden. They won't look like traditional leaders, but they will carry the mantle. You are one of them. You've been trained in secret to lead in public. Divine signs and global shocking dawn. Be distracted by the chaos around you. As the world shakes politically, environmentally, socially, understand that it is part of the divine orchestration. These are not disruptions. They are divine recalibrations. God is making space for the ones He has chosen to rise. Earthquakes, sudden storms, shifts in global leadership. These things may unsettle the world, but they will not shake the chosen. You are protected. You are covered. And while the world panics, you will walk in peace. Psalm 91 is your portion in this season. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. Your spirit knows its time even before these words hit your ears. Your spirit knew. You've been sensing a pull, a stirring, a divine agitation that you couldn't quite explain. That's because the time has come. And no more waiting for the right opportunity. No more shrinking back in false humility. No more doubting your anointing. God is saying, I've prepared you for this. Now walk in it. You will feel a divine acceleration. What used to take months will now take days. What used to confuse you will now make sense. You'll see why certain relationships had to end, why certain doors had to close, why the wilderness was necessary. It wasn't punishment, it was preparation. This is the appointed time. There is a set time for everything under heaven, and this is yours. A time of release, a time of manifestation, a time of walking fully in what you were born to do. As this divine shift unfolds, you will notice supernatural clarity in decision-making, rapid manifestations of old prayers, a heightened sense of discernment and direction, unexplainable peace in the midst of external turbulence, unexpected elevation in your calling and influence. Do not downplay what's happening. Do not second-guess what you're feeling. The King is calling you forward. He is positioning you. Trust His timing. Trust the sudden shifts. Trust the urgency in your spirit. You were born for this shift. This isn't just a prophetic moment, it's a prophetic identity. You're not just stepping into a season. You're stepping into who you truly are. You are a carrier of revival, a forerunner, a breaker of generational curses, a vessel of divine instruction, and nothing, no delay, no detour, no disappointment can stop what God is releasing through you now. Say it aloud, speak it in faith. I receive this divine shift. I am moving from waiting to walking, from hoping to holding. I was born for this hour. If this word resonates with your spirit, drop a comment. I am chosen for this moment, and subscribe to Bible Peak so you don't miss the next prophetic release that will align your path and fuel your calling. The shift has begun, and you are right on time. Chosen one, now that the shift has begun, you must understand what comes with it: divine acceleration. When God says it is time, things do not unfold gradually, they break forth suddenly. The doors that once resisted you begin to swing wide. The opportunities you once chased now come looking for you. What seemed stuck becomes fluid. What was delayed is released. But hear this clearly: with acceleration comes weight. There is a weight to answered prayers. There is responsibility hidden inside the very breakthrough you cried for. And if you are not prepared to carry the blessing with maturity, that blessing can feel like a burden. God is moving fast because He trusts you, but He's also watching to see how you steward what's coming. Sudden shifts require deep roots. When the wind of God blows, shallow roots cannot withstand it. You must be grounded in His word, rooted in His presence, and firm in your identity. This acceleration will elevate you, but if your character doesn't match your elevation, the platform will collapse beneath you. God is not just accelerating your opportunities, He's accelerating your refinement. The places you used to be comfortable, they'll start to irritate you. The people who once had influence in your life, some will fall away. The excuses you once relied on, they'll no longer satisfy your spirit. This is the holy discomfort that comes with spiritual maturity. Not because you're becoming prideful, but because you're becoming focused. Where you're going, not everything can go with you when the pace increases. So must the prayer. Do not assume that because God is moving quickly, you can relax spiritually. The opposite is true. Acceleration demands intercession. You must guard your momentum in the Spirit. Stay in prayer, fast as the Spirit leads. Do not let increase become distraction. Jesus often withdrew to lonely places to pray, not just in moments of need, but in moments of momentum. Why? Because visibility attracts warfare. Elevation invites opposition. And intimacy with the Father keeps your vision clear and your soul grounded. The enemy does not fear your platform, he fears your purity. Stay low in the secret place, even as God takes you higher in the public space. Favor will find you, but it's not for you. You will find yourself walking in rooms you didn't ask to enter, receiving emails, messages, invitations, and open doors that feel too big for you. That's because they are on your own. But you're not walking alone. The favor coming upon your life is not random. It is targeted, intentional, and missional. God is placing you where your voice will disrupt systems, where your presence will break demonic cycles, and where your obedience will release generational blessings. But remember, favor is not for your ego, it's for His glory. You are being positioned not to be seen, but to be effective. Your job is not to impress, it is to impact. Walk in the room with confidence, but also with reverence. You are not there to blend in. You are there to shift the atmosphere. Sudden increase will reveal hidden hearts as you rise. Pay close attention not just to who claps for you, but who grows quiet. Acceleration has a way of revealing intentions. Some people were connected to your struggle, not your calling. And as your life begins to move, some will be exposed. Do not fight to keep what God is removing. Everyone who started with you cannot finish with you. Even Jesus lost followers when He shifted into deeper revelation, John 6-66. You must be willing to walk forward, even if it means walking lighter. Honor those who can't come with you, but do not apologize for the pace God has set for you. This season requires swift obedience. There is no time for hesitation. When God speaks in this season, move. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. You will not have the luxury of overanalyzing. The doors will open suddenly, and your yes must be ready. If He says move, move. If He says speak, speak. If He says sow, sow. If He says let go, release it without question. Partial obedience will cost you the fullness of what God is trying to do. And trust this, God will never require more than He plans to reward. You are being pulled into destiny's current. Current of acceleration is not something you push, it's something you yield to. Stop trying to control the outcome. You're not the architect, you're the vessel. Trust that the same God who opened the door will sustain you on the other side of it. Let go of your timeline. Let go of your formula. Let go of the way you thought it would happen. Because this time, it won't make sense. It won't fit your strategy. But it will align perfectly with heaven. The spirit of delay has been broken. This is not just a prophetic declaration, it is a spiritual reality. What took others 10 years, you will do in 2. What was tied up in bureaucracy will suddenly be released. What was overlooked will now be celebrated. What was stagnant will now flow. The enemy had a grip, but God has broken it. You are no longer bound to the cycles of false starts and near misses. You are stepping into fulfillment, not by effort, but by alignment. This is your Kairos moment. There are 2 kinds of time in Scripture: Chronos, chronological time, and Kairos, divine, appointed time. This is Kairos. This is when everything aligns, not because of human strategy, but because of divine timing. And when Kairos arrives, you don't delay. You respond. You move. You obey. This is the moment you've prayed for, fought for, cried for, believed for, and now it's here. Chosen one, prepare your heart, clear your schedule, clean your altar, because the hand of God is moving quickly, and you must be ready to carry what He's about to place in your hands. Let this truth be etched in your soul. I was born for acceleration. I am built for sudden glory, and I will not miss my moment. Chosen one, when divine acceleration begins, exposure follows, not as a punishment, but as a cleansing. When God shifts your life forward, He won't let you carry secret decay into public promotion. He loves you too much to bless what will break you later. That's why, in this season of movement, God is also pulling back the veil. Exposure is protection in disguise. Before elevation, God exposes what's been sabotaging your prayers in silence. Before visibility, He reveals what's been contaminating your anointing in private. This is not the devil's attack, it's the Father's refinement. Because what's next for you is too holy to be compromised by what's hidden, God is exposing. Not to shame, but to help. This is a sacred moment. God is not trying to humiliate you, He is trying to heal you. But healing cannot begin until truth is confronted. The addiction you've rationalized, the mindset you've justified, the relationships you've excused, the unforgiveness you've buried. He sees it all. And He's saying now, with fire in His voice, no more hiding. Hebrews 4:13 reminds us, nothing in all creation is hidden from God's sight. Everything is uncovered and laid bare before the eyes of Him to whom we must give account. If God is uncovering it now, it's because He plans to remove it before it destroys you. Do not resist the revelation. Lean into it. Let conviction do its work. It is not anger, it is mercy. It is not rejection, it is restoration. Let the great physician operate. What He exposes, He intends to remove. What He removes, He intends to replace with something pure. Exposure will come in layers. God will not expose everything at once. He is too wise for that. The layers will come in waves. A memory you thought you buried resurfaces. A relationship that once seemed harmless suddenly feels toxic. A pattern of speech or thought begins to feel heavy, out of place. This is the Spirit highlighting, not to condemn, but to correct. Each layer He peels back is another step toward your healing. Do not rush the process. Do not compare your exposure to someone else's. He knows what you're ready for. He's not just sanctifying your public image, He's sanctifying your private character. Exposure around you is also coming. This season is not just about what God exposes in you, it's about what He reveals around you. Hidden motives, secret, jealousy, unseen spiritual attacks, people who looked like allies but were agents of distraction. Get ready. The masks are coming off. When you prayed for discernment, you didn't realize it would come with pain. But now you'll see why that relationship always felt uneasy, why you couldn't move forward in certain places, why some people pulled back when your faith grew stronger. God is not exposing them to provoke bitterness, He's separating you for protection. What's coming is too holy for you to be entangled with what's unclean. Like Jesus before His crucifixion, you are now discerning who is Judas, who is Peter, and who is John. Some will betray, some will misunderstand, but others will remain pure. Loyal and aligned, let what falls fall in the process of exposure. Things will fall off, friendships you thought would last forever, opportunities that once seemed like open doors, systems and habits that felt comfortable. Let them fall. God is not subtracting, He is pruning. John 15:2 says, He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit He prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. Don't cling to what God is cutting. Don't grieve what heaven is removing. Let it go. Let it fall. Let it break. Because what's left standing after the exposure will be pure, solid, and unshakable. Exposure is preparation for glory. Before God filled the temple with His glory, He had to cleanse it. Before Jesus healed the man at the pool, He asked, "Do you want to be made whole?" The exposure is the question and your surrender is the answer. This process is not meant to destroy you, it's preparing you to carry the glory that's about to be revealed through your life. There can be no mixture in what's coming. No hidden idols. No counterfeit alignments. No spiritual parasites draining your purpose. God is establishing you as a pillar in your family, a voice in your generation, a carrier of holiness. and He will not allow what's been tolerated in other houses to survive in yours. This is the time to come clean. Completella, don't wait to be exposed. Bring it into the light yourself. This is your moment to get honest with God, to bring the hidden things to the altar, to say, Lord, I surrender what I've been hiding. I give you access to the parts of me I've kept behind closed doors. I don't want to carry hidden shame into a public calling. Psalm 139, 23-24 must become your daily cry. Search me, O God, and know my heart. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. After exposure comes purity and Paracos in one. After this cleansing, you will emerge clean, clear, and consecrated. Your authority will increase. Your prayers will sharpen. Your peace will deepen. Your discernment will elevate. You won't have to guess if God is pleased, you'll know it. You won't have to chase His presence, you'll carry it. People will sense the shift. They won't be able to explain it. But the ones with spiritual eyes will say, they've been with God, because the glory that follows this exposure will rest not just upon you, but within you. And from that place, you'll speak. You will lead. You will heal. You will prophesy. You will walk with integrity, boldness, and fire. Say it with conviction. God, expose what must be removed. Cleanse what has been hidden. I will not resist the fire, I welcome it. Make me ready to carry your glory, because what's coming next can only rest on what is pure. And you are being purified for purpose. Chosen one, now that the veil has been torn and the hidden has been exposed, now that you've endured the confrontation, embraced the purification, and yielded to the process, heaven opens a new chapter. Fulfillment. This is not a distant hope. This is not just prophecy. This is manifestation. You are not only stepping into a new season, you are stepping into what was already written about you. The promises that once seemed delayed are now aligning. The dreams that once felt impossible are now being breathed upon by God Himself. What was once far is now near. What was once a whisper is now a decree. You are walking into fulfilled words. There are things God spoke to you in the midnight hour, things you didn't even tell others, because you feared they'd laugh. But heaven did not forget. The word that was sent over your life is alive, and now it is producing fruit. Isaiah 55:11 declares, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose. God is not a man that He should lie. If He said it, He will do it. If He showed you, He will manifest it. And now is the appointed time. What was once vision will become visible. What was once prayed for will be tangible. What was once just prophesied will be proved. You will walk in what others only dreamed about. There were people before you, generations, who longed to see what you're about to walk in. People who sowed in tares, but never lived to see the harvest. But you are the answer to their prayers. You are the fulfillment of generational cries. You are the one chosen to receive what others only imagined. This is why the warfare was so intense. This is why the delay was so painful. Because the weight of what you're carrying now is not just for you, it's the fruit of generational faithfulness. You're walking in the harvest of seeds planted decades before you were born. And God is saying, I trust you to carry it. This is the season of supernatural establishment. As not just giving you a moment, He is giving you a foundation. You will own what you used to rent. You will build where you once wandered. You will plant roots in places where you used to pass through. This is the difference between visitation and habitation. You are no longer begging for moments, you are hosting the movement of God in your life. Psalm 1-3 will be your testimony. You will be like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Your roots are going deep. Your reach is going wide, and your fruit will feed nations. Divine compensation is come in. You cried. You lost. You gave. You waited. But God has not forgotten a single sacrifice. Hebrews 6:10 says, God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him. Everything you thought was wasted, every fast, every tear, every silent act of obedience, it's all coming back, not just in restoration. In multiplication, you're about to receive time back, joy back, resources back, relationships realigned, purpose clarified. You'll look around and say, this doesn't make sense. But the truth is, this is what favor looks like. You will not just walk, you will run. Days of hesitation are over. You've waited long enough. You've questioned long enough. You've second-guessed long enough. Now it's time to run with purpose, with passion, with fire. Habakkuk 2-3 reminds us, though the vision tarries, wait for it. For it will surely come. It will not delay. And verse 2 commands, write the vision and make it plain, so that he who reads it may run. You will no longer crawl through purpose. You will run. You will pursue with clarity. You will speak with authority. You will execute what God placed in your spirit years ago. The excuses have fallen. The fear is broken. The time is now. The glory will rest on you openly. What God did in private, he will now honor publicly. The season of being hidden was not punishment, it was preparation. But now he's lifting the curtain. Your enemies will see and marvel. Your family will see and rejoice. Even those who doubted, you will say, surely the Lord was with them. Not because you're perfect, but because you endured. You obeyed. You stayed faithful when it was easier to quit. Now, like Job, your latter will be greater than your former. Now, like Joseph, what the enemy meant for harm has turned for good. Now, like David, the crown is placed where there was once a cave. This is the beginning, not the end. Fulfillment is not a finish line. It's a doorway. God is not just completing a season, he is birthing a movement through you. Everything up until now has been preparation. Now begins the multiplication. You will disciple nations. You will lead teams. You will build. You will create. You will speak life into others the way God spoke life into you. You are not raised up just for your own comfort. You are raised up to carry others with you into the promise. Declare it boldly now. I am walking into what God promised. Every word over my life is coming to pass. I carry glory. I walk in fullness. I will not look back. I was born for fulfillment. This is the final piece of the shift. You've been tested. You've been refined. You've been prepared. Now you are fulfilled, and this is only the beginning.